At the beginning of the story, we see a British boy named Billy who was living in Thailand at that time. Billy was a boxer, living alone in a foreign country, away from his family. During the day, he used to go to a local boxing arena where he fought dangerous Thai boxing matches. There, a local boy would help him, applying body wax, wrapping bandages around his hands, and so on. One day, during a fight, Billy got knocked out in the middle of the match. The referee declared the other boxer as the winner. But this made Billy extremely angry, and he started hitting everyone, the referee, the other boxer, and others too. Finally, some people forcefully dragged him out of there. Apart from this, in Thailand, Billy had also fallen into a bad habit. He had started taking a drug called yaba. At night, he went to nightclubs and even tried to sell that drug to others. One morning, someone knocked hard on his door. Billy immediately understood that it was the police, so he quickly tried to hide all the drugs. He wrapped the yaba in a bag and stuffed it inside his underwear. The police broke the door and entered with guns. Billy tried to fight them, but they caught him and threw him into a truck. Billy had been arrested, but cleverly he managed to flush down that yaba-filled bag. Still, the police filed a case against him for possessing an illegal gun.
Hey guys, before we go further, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss an upload. We're on the road to our first 1,000 subscribers, and every bit of support really means a lot.
After that, the court sent Billy to prison. He was put on a prison bus and taken to a very dangerous jail. As soon as they arrived, the guards stripped the new prisoners of their clothes. They were checked thoroughly to ensure they didn't have any diseases or hidden weapons. Since Billy looked different from the others, they troubled him more. Then his photo was taken, his hair shaved off, and his beard removed. The prisoners were then taken to already overcrowded cells. Billy was now about to experience the horrifying life of a Thai prison. The inmates mocked him for no reason. One prisoner named Tiffany noticed Billy. Tiffany was a transgender who didn't seem very dangerous to Billy. Billy lay down next to her, exhausted. Tiffany told him, "I have what you're looking for, but you'll have to give something in return." She was talking about yaba. The jailer announced that anyone caught gambling or doing drugs would be severely punished. The prison conditions were terrible. Prisoners had to sleep on the floor, pressed tightly against each other. One inmate struggled to fill water in his plastic bottle, and others tried to push him away. While fetching water, Billy got into a fight with another inmate. He refused to give his water to the other man. The guard caught both of them for fighting. As punishment, Billy was locked inside a tiny iron cage. The space was so small that he couldn't even stand straight, and since the cage was all metal, it turned into a furnace when the sun hit it. After some time, Billy was moved to another cell. There, he met a gang covered in tattoos from head to toe. Other inmates were very afraid of them. Their leader, Kong, showed interest in Billy. They found it strange that someone had come from another country. They touched him, asking, "Are you just like us?" Billy tried to stop them, but they kept harassing him. Billy told Kong that he had no family, no money, and that he'd come to Thailand to learn Thai boxing, but ended up in prison because of yaba. Kong and his gang mocked his pale white skin. They said, "You're a fighter, right? Do 20 push-ups." Billy tried to refuse, but he was forced to do it. As he did the push-ups, others touched him inappropriately. Somehow, he escaped and sat in the corner. Billy noticed that another prisoner in their cell didn't respect Kang's gang, which caused fights between them. That night, Kang's men attacked Billy. They wanted to assault him, but Billy resisted as much as he could. Since he wasn't hitting back too hard, they beat him badly. Then they threatened him with a knife, forcing him to sit silently, and in front of him, they assaulted that other prisoner who didn't respect them. This incident terrified Billy. The man with the knife warned him that if he told anyone, things would go very badly for him. Billy lay on the ground, trying to calm himself down, but his body was still trembling and he couldn't stop crying. The next morning, they found out that the prisoner who was assaulted during the night had died. One of Kang's men kept staring at Billy with threatening eyes, as if to remind him to stay quiet. A few days later, Billy tried to get some normal medicine from prison officer. He noticed that others were getting medicine for free, but the officer told Billy, "You'll have to pay me." The officer's rudeness enraged Billy, and he attacked him. Other guards tried to stop Billy, but he didn't let go of that officer. He even bit his neck and screamed wildly at the rest of the guards. Soon, they overpowered him, pinned him down, and beat him badly. As punishment, Billy was forced to wear shackles on his hands and feet whenever he left the cell. Days passed, and Billy slowly began to adjust to prison life. One day, the prisoners saw a group of female inmates being taken near their block. Billy started talking to one of them, a woman named Fame, who sold cigarettes to others. Billy told her that he had no family and no money, but asked if she could give him some cigarettes. He promised that he would return the money later. Seeing his helplessness, Fame gave him a block of cigarettes. Billy spoke nicely to her, and gradually they became friends. He used that block of cigarettes to trade with Kang's gang. In return, they gave him yaba. Later, Billy saw Kang's men shaving another prisoner's head so that the dangerous tattoos on his scalp became visible. They even removed the blades from the ceiling fans. It looked as though they were planning something dangerous. Billy heard noises. The prison alarm was ringing, and guards were banging their batons against the bars. Suddenly, an inspection was announced. The guards asked Kong about the fan blades that had been removed. Kong said he didn't know anything about it. The guards took all the prisoners out of their cells into the open yard. That's when Billy learned why the inspection was happening. 3 guards' dead bodies had been found in the yard. That's why every inmate was being searched. At first, they found nothing on Billy. But then a dog was brought in, and it sniffed something inside Billy's shirt. A guard ripped it open and discovered yaba hidden inside. Now Billy was in huge trouble. He pleaded, "Sir, I didn't do this." Kang's right-hand man told him, "Admit it's yours, and you'll be spared." But Billy kept insisting, "Sir, I don't know anything about this. I'm new here." To show power, the guards took Kang's special man away for talking too much. They dragged him to the microphone area and beat him brutally. All the prisoners heard his screams through the loudspeakers. Kong sat silently, humiliated, while his man cried in pain, begging for mercy. The next morning, Billy was standing in the cafeteria line when he saw guards arguing with the prison cooks. Curious, he went closer to ask what was happening. But another guard snapped at him, "Mind your own business, white boy." That same guard then exploited Billy's weakness. He handed him a bag of yaba. When other inmates tried to steal it, a fight broke out. Billy had no way to pay the guard for the drugs. So, the guard manipulated him into doing his dirty work. "You're a fighter, right? Beat up those cooks who are fighting me." Billy didn't want to, but eventually he snapped and savagely attacked the cook, venting all his anger on him. The guard got furious. "I didn't tell you to beat him this badly. You could have killed him." Billy's situation kept getting worse. He couldn't quit drugs, and in prison, he was all alone. Everyone treated him like an outsider, always trying to hurt him when they got the chance. One day, the boy who used to help Billy in the boxing arena came to visit him in prison. He said it hurt him deeply to see Billy like this. Billy just stared at him silently, sad, defeated by life. The boy told him he had fought a match yesterday and won. Billy broke down crying. The boy grew emotional too, seeing his suffering. But there was nothing he could do. He said goodbye and left. Billy now wanted to change his life. He decided the best way was to return what he did best, boxing. He began training again, hoping he could fight once more. One day, Billy saw Kang's gang members fighting among themselves. Kong grew upset and reminded them that infighting wasn't right. He gave a fiery speech to motivate them. Billy liked Kang's words and made up his mind. He would make a boxing comeback. He went to the prison's boxing area, but the trainer refused to let him in. Billy begged, but the trainer didn't agree. So Billy went to Fame and apologized for not paying her earlier for the cigarettes. He told her he needed more and promised to repay her this time.